legally owning handguns in Canada.
Yes.
Okay. I'm still not completely clear on that because I've been having conversations where people are like, hey, I have a handgun. This situation that we just got, we don't know if it was a handgun, but there was another situation where a person had a handgun in their home. Who can have them and who can't have them? And what is the procedure to get one?
So currently, you cannot get licensed to have a handgun because
At all.
Correct. In 2022, the federal government made it illegal for even gun stores to import handguns, for anyone to sell a handgun, anyone to transfer a handgun. So even with your gun license, I cannot legally transfer one of my handguns to you. But because I owned handguns before 2022,
yeah,
I am allowed to keep my collection of handguns.
Oh, that'll be mine.
Like your grandfather didn't.
I already had. So I got my license for handguns, I think in 2016. And so in 2016, I was allowed to be licensed as anyone else was. You just go and do the course and you apply to the RCMP and they do a background check and make sure that you're, a law-abiding citizen and that you don't have any prior domestics. Like domestics was a big concern back then. I think it still is. And so got licensed for what was called restricted and then non-restricted firearms. So non-restricted are things like shotguns and certain rifles. All handguns were considered restricted firearms, but we, as legal gun owners, had a license to purchase and use and transfer and transport. So if you in 2018, let's say, decided to get, your restricted license and you were like, hey, I really like that gun. Can I buy it off of you? I could have sold it to you as long as we do the paperwork with the RCMP. So like it was highly, highly regulated. Every handgun that was legally owned was registered to a person and that person had to be at a particular place. And so the RCMP always had to know how many guns you had and where you kept them. Like it was and it still is highly regulated. So in 2020, the Liberal government, during COVID, this was what their concern was, decided to pass law that made certain restricted guns prohibited. So like AR-15s and certain rifles in that category. Things that looked like assault rifles. We don't actually have assault rifles in Canada because we were, as legal gun owners, unless you had like specific military guns, you cannot have fully automatic.
Interesting.
So that was a part of the classification. So 2020, they say some of these scary looking guns, no matter how they function and whether or not they're used for hunting or not, we're going to make those prohibited. So those of us who own those guns now own prohibited guns that we can't do anything with. And those are part of the buyback.